Say sorry.
Without wearing a mask.
There you go. They'll never admit. That's why we're in the Supreme Court. StandWithAvi.com. That's why we're suing them. Because they keep playing this power trip on civilians that can't stand up with for themselves. But I, with your help, can stand up with myself against this abuse of power, including her. Get her face. Yeah, see ya. See ya in court. You know what? You can't make that stuff up. They pick on citizens that can't fight back. But when you fight back, the power of the people, we win.
Boy, he's good.
They're arresting me now here because they say they don't deem me as media because Victoria Police say that they need to issue me with one of their press cards. They get to decide who's press. And the funny thing is, I'll put on the screen now, the Victoria Police Media Department said they've cancelled that program to our lawyers. They no longer do it, so they're not issuing it. So right now, these thugs, right now, they think this is communist China where they could tell you which media is legitimate, which isn't. Who's going to arrest me? All right.
Wait, no.
Am I under arrest? Am I under arrest?
You've been given a direction.
Am I under arrest?
You have been given a direction.
Am I under arrest?
We're making some calls right now. And as soon as we find out, we'll let you know, okay? So we
find out what?
We're just trying to find out some information. Yeah. I'm sure you don't mind.
And can you find out about the mask rule that you guys don't actually know?
That's what we're trying to find out right now.
You might need to learn the Nazi laws that you're trying to enforce. This is Melbourne, Australia, 2021. 7-day snap lockdown for your health. For your health. These clowns think that they can tell you which media is legitimate, which source you can get your news from. If it's not deemed okay by the Gestapo, then it's got to be out. Hey, mate, you all right? All right, so we'll see how this plays out. We're not going to be intimidated, and this is why we do what we're doing. We're not going to allow any authoritarian government who think that this is communist China. This is Melbourne, Australia. This is the country of the free, or it used to be. That's why we need to stand up. For those of you outside of Australia at the moment, understand there is 5 coronavirus cases today in Melbourne, and that's why they're detaining journalists that they don't like, those who are critical of the government and the police brutality we've seen over the last 3 lockdowns. For your health. As you know, we have Victoria Police in the Supreme Court as we speak on already 3 plus the 2 previous unlawful arrests. Now, today we're possibly going to have to add another one, but with your help, we don't care. We'll add it on, we'll keep fighting all the way to the High Court if we need to. StandWithAvi.com. Help us out. How are we going?
Yeah, good. We've got advice from the legal department that Rebel TV is an international company, and it is mainstream media. The cameraman's required to wear a mask. Your security fellow here has to wear a mask if he's not exempt.
He's exempt, yep.
That's fine, no worries at all, that's fine.
And do I need to wear a mask?
Not while you're talking on camera.
Oh, so can I just get that apology on camera?
Well, all I'm saying is...
Can I get that apology? Because what you just did to me and
I've given you a direction.
And can you say sorry? Say one word. Say sorry.
I've given you this.
Say sorry.
From the legal department.
Say sorry. It's one word. You were wrong.
Okay,
I was wrong.
Thank you. You can wear your mask.
Say sorry.
You can
say sorry.
Without wearing a mask.
There you go. They'll never admit. That's why we're in the Supreme Court. StandWithAvi.com. That's why we're suing them. Because they keep playing this power trip on civilians that can't stand up for themselves. But I, with your help, can stand up with myself against this abuse of power, including her. Get her face. Yeah. See ya. See ya in court. You know what? You can't make that stuff up. They pick on citizens that can't fight back. But when you fight back, the power of the people, we win.
Boy, he's good. You know what? What was that? First of all, he knew the law well. He was prepared. He knew the law personally. His lawyer was in touch. I mean, obviously we take that very seriously, his accreditation. He does have a media pass, and of course, there is no place in the free world where police are the determiners of whether or not you're a journalist. Like, have you ever heard of that before? I have, but it's only in places like the Islamic Republic of Iran or the Democratic People's Republic of North Korea or whatever, DP. What's the North Korea called? Anyways, I forget the official name for North Korea. So, yeah, there are some places in the world where the police get to determine who is or isn't allowed to do journalism. And those places, the DPRK, the Democratic People's Republic of Korea, is that right? All right, yeah, it's a mouthful. You know, I remember East Germany used to have a similar name. There was the there was the GDR, and then there was the DDR, I think. The Deutsche Demokratische Republik. That was what East Germany was called, I think. They give themselves these names. I mean, the Union of Soviet Socialist Republics. Yeah, by definition, if the police are the ones who get to determine whether or not you can do journalism, you may well be in a police state if it's the police who are making those decisions for you as opposed to a journalist. I don't think there should be any civic discrimination who is a journalist or who isn't. It's not a profession. Who's a journalist? Someone who does journalism. So I don't think there should be any regulatory authority who decides who a journalist is or isn't. But imagine thinking that a cop makes that decision. Imagine thinking that a cop, a police officer with a gun, will make that decision on the street. And you got this pack of police there, and this was completely normal, and they were completely in favor of this, and not one of them said, boss, that's actually not what police do in Australia. They had to call and check, and they didn't have the courage or the modesty or the conscience to apologize to Avi. You know, it wasn't just that. It was, you have to have your mask on your face while you're talking to a camera, unless you're an accredited journalist. I think that was actually the quarrel. Does he have to have his mask on his face, right? Because science says if the police say you're good, the virus doesn't attack you. But science says if the police don't like you, the virus will attack you. It's science. So it's not even just any rule. It's that if the cops like you, like your journalism, you don't have to wear a mask while you're talking to a microphone. How crazy is that? Let me tell you what's hard about what Avi did. You have to be prepared. So you got to read, you got to know the law, you got to maybe have some paper trail that you've laid out already. Second of all, when you're surrounded by people wearing uniforms, when you're surrounded by cops with guns who are detaining you, arresting you, touching you, threatening you, you've got to know your right, and you've got to know your rights, and you've got to be able to stand up to them without being withered. How hard is that? Let me tell you, if you've never done it, it's extremely hard. Avi's been thrown in the back of a police truck before. I mean, how hard is that? That's very hard. And to go back and to say to the police, you're wrong, you're wrong. You're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong. You may have a gun, you may have a badge, there may be a dozen of you surrounding me, but I am so confident in my rectitude that I'm going to stand up to you. That is extremely hard. And I think part of the reason why Avi can do that is he has the support of our viewers. As you know, he's already suing Victoria Police for assaulting him. And I think that lawsuit, I know that lawsuit is ongoing. I think the Victoria Police are going to lose. And I think it gives him, I mean, I haven't talked to him since I saw that video yesterday, but I think knowing that he's got thousands of rebels who've got his back, I think that gives him the confidence to press on. So that was very dramatic. And it was, the arc of that was beautiful, eh? He was right, he knew it. They were wrong, they were clueless, they were bullies, and they didn't have the magnanimity to admit it when they were wrong.
Oh, hi friends. What you just saw there is a clip from our Rebel News daily live stream show. It's fun, it's fast, and it's completely unscripted, so you never really know what you're going to get. Just go to rebelnews.com/livestream.